Okay, let's look at get the chat up and running. Today I'm using my iPad, not the phone. Phone needs a bit of a charge. And here we are, we're live. Awesome. So, hey everyone, welcome to another Train Sim World 2 live stream. Of course, once again on the PlayStation 5. Today I'm taking a look at a route set back in time, 1989 in the northeast of England, Tees Valley Line, which fairly recently has had a bucket load of upgrades, improvements, mostly visual improvements, but other fixes as well to scenarios and services and all that kind of jazz. So I thought I'd take a look at it and have some fun on Tees Valley. Now, time-wise, I don't think I'll be able to cover everything, such as all of the locomotives and all the different types of things you can do. So for today's stream, I'll be focusing on the BR Class 37, as it's predominantly a freight-orientated route, really. So we're going to be in the journey mode, and we're doing some, I suppose, coke, or which is a type of coal used for iron smelting, I think, which is these three services here. And then after that, we're going to be doing some steel runs, which are these, maybe that one, I'm not too sure, but these two in particular as well. So let's fire it up. Let's go. No idea what the weather's going to be like, as with the fun of doing services in the journey mode. But I'll say my hellos to Leo. Hey, how are you? Alfie, aloha. Hope you're well. Class 455 and class 1-3 enthusiasts. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Alfie is in Spain, in lovely, hopefully sunny Tenerife. Great to see you tuning in all the way from Espanyol, or España, not Espanyol. It's in Barcelona. E60 Guy 101. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. So we have to drive a train of loaded coke wagons to the Redcar Ore Terminal. And it's a lovely, clear, very early morning, 5:20 a.m. Right. So let's get everything all set up, ready to roll. Got an assistant coming with me today to make sure I don't screw anything up. Put on the interior lights, the instrument lights, and the route indicator. What have we got back here? AWS. So that's the start. Check the brake modes, see what we're doing here. Air brake, goods. Now I usually change it to vacuum brake, just to give it a bit more grunt if we encounter any particular steep gradients. So here we are in Tees Yard. Pretty big old yard. Just going to check where we're going now. Just want to see if there's any points we have to manually set just before we depart. No, we don't, which is awesome. Release the brakes. Let the brakes do its thing. Oh, we got two 37s for the trip today, and that is a very long train of coke wagons. This lovely British rail freight red / black livery. Yeah, first impressions. Obviously the sky is upgraded, which is nice. The old sky looked hideous, so it's nice to see the sky brought in line with some of the more recent Train Sim World routes. Apply a bit of power. Bit of wheel spin, but that's fine. Just to reduce the power just slightly. We're pulling rather nicely, so let's see it depart from afar. Just get the camera just right. sure how long our consist is, so now's a good opportunity to find out. Excuse me. Right, let's get back in the cab. Let's shut off the power. So yeah, I've got all of the DLC included, so the 31 and the 20, so additional wagons maybe in the main part of the yard, or we may see them around doing their respective duties. I imagine at this time in the morning the 08 will be chugging around somewhere, preparing for a hard day's work. Top Gaming, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. E60 guy, when I first got Tees Valley, I went on a scenario steelwork shunting. Yeah, I mean, the shunting you can do on this is pretty good. Obviously, the yard is massive. It doesn't explore all areas of the yards. It's mainly in Tees Yard where shunting services with the 08 is located, but it would have been nice to see some shunting services in the where the steel is located. I can't remember where it is. Is it here somewhere? I think it's here, isn't it? It's ironic that I think it used to be here. Yeah, it's still here. There's an 08 you can get in, and I think you can actually, because there's no red signal, I believe you can creep into the yard and pretend to do some shunting duties. Whether that's been rectified, of course I've no idea. This is my first proper experience with Tees Valley with the upgraded bits and bobs, so that's quite a nice little touch. Unless they've added the services in fairly in the patch, then I don't know. Some new bits and bobs, I'll have to have a look. Wellington North Junction, hey, how are you? Everyone is looking forward to Spirit of Steam. Absolutely, myself included. Should be good. Alfie, do you have a Swiss route? I do. I have both of them, the Arosa line and the S-Bahn Zentralschweiz as well. Both made by Rivet Games. I just have to do something on my iPad. Just turn off the low power mode for starters, because I don't need it. I don't need it on. Top Gaming was playing some West Cornwall a moment ago. Now I'm playing some Battlefield 5. Certainly a drastic change from a train game to a gun game. Funny, the 101 just went past. Originally, when this update came out, I believe it had just 2-car 101s. I think before you had an option of 2 or 3 cars. After some criticism by the community, Dovetail reversed that decision and put back the 3-car variant or option. So that's quite nice. I don't know why they reversed the decision, because I think the 3-car variant of the 101 was introduced specifically for Tees Valley, so why they reversed that decision, I honestly have no idea. But yeah, Tees Valley 1989, and some gorgeous weather for today. Speed limit is increased to 20, so let's get going. Liam, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Nice to see you. Class 55 and 313 enthusiast, are you excited for Spirit of Steam? Absolutely. Absolutely. With any route that's set back in time, it's always nice to... it's not really about the driving, it's more of like exploring the route, you know, the visuals, the scene, the scenery, maybe the typography of the route back in time compared to present day may be different. And of course we get to drive locomotives of days past that would no longer be operating on said railway in the present day, so it's quite nice. But yeah, Spirit of Steam, obviously, yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, if you look at the reveal trailer for the Spirit of Steam, I think it's had more views than most of the Train Sim World DLC trailers. I think last time I checked was 55,000, so that shows you that how keen, I suppose, people are to experience Spirit of Steam. Or people who are just train enthusiasts in general, just want to give, driving steam trains a go, if they don't have, say, a PC or anything like that. Alfie, where's Darlington and Saltburn? Saltburn is there, and Darlington is there. Nice and simple. What's a Spirit of Steam, says Alfie. It's basically Train Sim World's first ever route that has steam trains instead of diesels or electric multiple units and anything that's non-steam, basically. Garlic Clover 5000 the first. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. When I first played Tees Valley, I was disappointed with the brakes on the 37. I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to judge the brakes to 37 because I haven't really put it through its paces yet, to be honest. Whether the physics have changed from, I don't know, the last time I played it, which was, I'd say a year ago, is difficult for me to judge. But the brakes, I'd say they're not as sticky, if you like. They're much more responsive, and it seems a bit quicker to release the brakes fully, which was a bit of a teething problem I encountered. So that's just an example there. So you can see, even just slightly, it releases pretty quickly. I mean, obviously at full brakes it does take a while to build up the brake pressure. This is a lovely sunny day. We just passed through Middlesbrough. Obviously, big difference to modern day of Middlesbrough is that the Riverside Stadium obviously wasn't built in 1989. I think Riverside was built in the late 1990s. I think 96, 97. So if any Middlesbrough football fans are watching, then yeah, that's why you probably can't see the stadium. Liam, when I first played Tees Valley, I wanted to hear the 37's engine. Oh yeah, I mean, the sound of these locomotives, the 37, is in itself a reason as to why people love it, It's not just a distinctive look, but the sound of it as well is very distinctive. Well, we got to increase speed to maximum, so we'll be able to hear the 37 flashing glory. E60 guys on Sandpatch grade, doing some shunting with the 38-2. Awesome. Hope you're having fun. Top Gaming goes on holiday to Saltburn sometimes. I've never been to Saltburn, I've never been to the northeast of England ever, so yeah, I'm sure Saltburn is a nice holiday destination when the weather's that good. Today I felt it's been a bit cold, to be honest with you. Yeah, it started brightly. It was lovely this morning when I got up, and me and my little sister went for a dog walk with Mum, and it was lovely. But then afternoon it clouded over, and it got very cold all of a sudden. Not sure what the weather forecast is tomorrow, but I'll have to have a check. Garlic Glover 5000 was the first engine and didn't know what to expect. Oh, fair enough. That makes sense. Exploring all the UK stations. Hey, Spurs. Hey, exploring all the UK stations. Hope you're well. Welcome. Top Gaming has a water-powered funicular railway that goes up and down the cliff to the pier. Yeah, I remember when I was... Well, I mean, I don't obviously remember because I was very young at the time. But I remember when my mum telling me stories that when they used to go to Bournemouth, they used to have, I think very recently was, well, I'd say in the late 1990s, was cliff lifts installed. So that was quite good. There was a photo apparently hidden in an album somewhere, I think under the stairs or something like that. Picture of me in my pushchair when I was very little with my mum in the cliff lift itself. 3 miles to go until the ore terminal reception. Alfie, do you like Lilo and Stitch? Yeah, I'm just thinking Lilo and Stitch. Oh yeah, that's the little blue guy, isn't it? The little blue monster thing. He's not really a monster, is he? Yeah, I haven't watched it in, I don't know, donkey's years, but yeah, from what I can recall, I think it was a good film last time I watched it, which was an awful long time ago. Goes way back into my childhood. I know I heard they're trying to make a real life replica Disney, as they're doing pretty much with most of our old Disney classics like Lion King and Jungle Book and all this kind of stuff. Cinderella, I've absolutely no idea. Presumably they have. I don't know. The only reason I've used Disney Plus is mainly for Star Wars kind of stuff. Exploring all the UK stations. I'm well. How are you? I'm very well, thank you. Thierry, hey, how are you? Are you just going to be driving the freight services? I will be, yeah. Time-wise, I'm a bit restricted tonight, so... But, you know, 6 services to do altogether, so... quite a lot of gameplay to be seen. I couldn't squeeze all of them in one stream. I think it would take far too long. So, yeah, just the freight with the 37 tonight, and another time I'll do some passenger and maybe shunting further down the line. Liam, hopefully going to Cornwall later in the year. Sadly, on the way there, I'll see all my money disappear. Why would you see all your money disappear? Blimey, it must be one hell of a holiday. Sightseeing to the extreme. We're going to places like I don't know. Depends where you're going in Cornwall, but there's Land's End, there's obviously the castle near Penzance, obviously, because we have it in the game with West Cornwall local, so yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of things to do in Cornwall, holiday-wise. I'm not planning to go there holidaying this year. More focusing on holidaying abroad more than anything. Right, we're not too far now from the ore terminal. What did I say? Ore terminal. Now you can load and unload the coal or the coke from the wagons or into the wagons. So that's a nice touch, and I think we're going to be doing both I'm both? I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually. Yeah, it's loaded, isn't it? So we're going to be unloading them. Whether we're going to refill them is a completely different story. Now best get down the speed. Brakes take their time, but eventually the speed will get down. Now on a flat gradient, the speed should decrease quite quickly. Now release the brakes. Got my watch going off for some reason. Notifications flying in from somewhere. I don't think my favourite character is Stitch. He's an alien. Indeed he is. I like Stitch. Unique character in the Disney world. And yeah, blue as well. So that navy, darkish blue. Nice colour blue as well. E6 to go. Best version of the 38-2 is the CSX one. You mean in general? Yeah. Was there another? Well, there's 3 versions of the 38-2, isn't there, in the game? The Union Pacific and Horseshoe Norfolk Southern, of course. We're bang on 10 miles an hour. Excellent. Put on the power just a bit. Get it up to just over. I don't have to worry about getting up to speed constantly. Get up to 13 like I usually do. Oh, that will do, roughly. Thierry's just had a haircut today, awesome. His passport expires this year, oh dear. And I've only been abroad once to the Gran Canaries, that's nice. One kind of apartment out there, and he paid for the flights and accommodation. Very nice of him. Yeah, my granddad has a house in Madeira. He's going next Monday. He's going to spend a month in Madeira. Which, yeah, for those of you maybe are into football, that is of course the birthplace of Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo. So there's a fun fact of the day for you. Liam, I normally go to Spain for a holiday, but last few years I've decided to give the UK a chance, so I'm starting south and going up north and then going abroad again. Did I go holidaying in 2020? I went on, it wasn't really much of a holiday, but when we were stuck in the UK basically and couldn't go abroad, where did I go? Well, I went to Cornwall, that's where I went. And on the train with my mum and elder sister, and yeah, it was quite fun. Last year, hardly anywhere at all. And this year, now I'm fully vaccinated, I'm able to travel abroad. I've already been to France once. I'm hoping to go to the Netherlands at some point. That's certainly on my radar. Whether that happens this year or next year is a different story. I was actually going to go on holiday in August, touring Spain and Portugal, but had to be cancelled because work was being funny about it, so which is a bit of a shame. Thankfully I got a refund, so that's good. Alfie Stitch could literally talk on the movie. He can do a degree, yeah. He can. He struggles to speak English at first, but gets around it very nicely. We'll explore the UK for holidays this year. It's Newcastle this Saturday, then Peterborough, next Saturday. Well, Newcastle's not bad, I think. I've never been to Newcastle, so I don't know. Sure, it's well, it's like every city, isn't it? It has its good points and its bad points. Cheery, my uncle lives in Blackpool but used to live in London, and he owned a bakery there. Oh, very nice. I wonder if he still does baking. I remember when we had lockdown in England, I was baking a hell of a lot, that's for sure. Right, on the put the brakes on, we've arrived at our destination. Slightly over, but that's okay. That's the first bit done, so it's 23 minutes. Got a gold, excellent. Right, let's return back to the menu and commence the second one. I'm trying to do it pretty quick, so we can get through it in a reasonable manner, time-wise. E60 Guy 101, do you know Bully Maguire? No, I don't. Garlic Clover 5000, did you hear about all the terriers being reunited? I was so angry because I wanted to see Wadden. I haven't heard of the terriers being reunited, but if it is the case, then that's going to be quite a gathering, that's for sure. I'm sure a lot of people are going to go and see it, that's for sure. So what have we got to do? We've got to go via the unloading facility, so let's just get all the usual diddly doodah stuff out the way with first. Brake mode into vacuum. We won't need that. What are these? Lighting bits and bobs, won't need that. Let's check for points. I was about to say switches, but we're not in North America, are we? Get up to speed. Go via the unloading facility. I'll stop just outside the entrance of the loading facility, so I can switch on the slow speed control system, if I remember how to switch it on correctly, that is. And the miles per hour as well. I think it's 3 miles an hour, isn't it? Or 5 miles an hour. It's one of the two, I think. The speed you have to go at when unloading the coal or the coke. E60 Guy, it's hard to imagine, but Train Sim World 2021 turned 3 years old. Oh, happy birthday to it, whenever that comes around. Certainly starting to look its age, that's for sure. Alfie can stitch laugh, of course he can. Here I'm going to Peterborough on Wednesday. It's only a 20-minute journey. I live about 20 miles from the town called Marsh. 2.7 miles away. E60 Gold, I want a livery on the 37 is my favourite livery. Which one? There's two of them. You got the one from West Cornwall and this one. I prefer this livery, really. It's more distinctive. Thierry turns 19 next Monday. Oh, well, I won't be streaming next Monday. No, I won't. So I'll have to send my happy birthday to you now, because I won't be streaming this weekend and the Monday as I'm away. Going to see family. Just going to be away for about 3 or 4 days, just to see cousin and uncle. So yeah, as far as of upcoming streams, there won't be any on Sunday or the following Monday, just that week alone. I think a couple of weeks after as well, I will be away again. This time with more family visiting. Right, now I've just stopped outside the entrance. Let's have a look. What have we got here? It's somewhere. Sand, the slave loco controller is normal. Don't think we have to do anything there. The engine stop. Oh, we'll have to turn the nose compartment light off. What is it? Slow speed control. 5, 1, 2, or 2.7. Is that too fast? I don't know. Should we do 1 or should we do 2? Surely it can do it 2.7. Otherwise, what's the point of having it? So I've released. I've turned it on. Is it going to do its thing? I can't quite remember. Oh, there's only one way to find out. The one I'm driving says E60-101. Oh, right, fair enough. Liam, my current plans for the holiday to go to Cornwall, followed by Brighton, Eastbourne, but I've no idea. As long as I can go there, I'll be pleased. Fair enough. It must be very expensive. Blimey. But then again, actually, I suppose it's more cheaper to go. If you think about it, it's actually probably cheaper to go away on holiday rather than staying at home for a long time due to the huge price of going up on energy and electric fuel bills, gas prices and all that kind of jazz. So right, let's see it here. Unless it's on the other side, the little chute that opens up. I'm not too sure. We'll find out if 2.7 is the speed. Yep, it's making a noise, I think. There it goes, it's unloading. Just see it there. Now we have to do all of them. Turn the throttle off. I don't think this active control thing is actually turned on. I must have got the procedure or the setup procedure wrong or something, because it just went over 2.7. It was in 2.8, so I'll just cut the power for a little bit and I'll put the power on again now, just to make sure that we get the process complete. Because the last thing I need is one in the middle to be not fully unloaded and I've then finished. Just put the power on again. I'll just check the map actually, see how we're doing. Yep, all unloading successfully so far. All the contents have been disposed of from these wagons so far. Coke wagons, of course. HEA wagons, to be precise, if you want to know the exact name of the wagons. I think Tees Valley, mileage-wise, I think is over 24 miles. It's got 13 stations. I'd say three-ish biggish areas of yard work. So you obviously got the ore terminal here, the steel one here. This I don't think you can access, which is a bit of a pain. This you can't access either, which really bugged me because I wanted to see what the hell is going on around there, but you can't. And obviously you got T's yard here as well. This one, can this be used? No, you can't use that one either. Can this one be used? No, you can't use that. So there's a fair few yards which can't be accessed, but there is of course some which have a pretty good concentration of operations. Alright, we are done. So let's switch off the speed control, which obviously isn't working. Oh, it may be actually. Oh yeah, you can see it's working, slowly moving down. It did work after all then, I just didn't give it a chance. Never mind. Right, we finished now, so let's stop at the little location just outside the ore terminal, and then I presume that'll be job done. As far as this particular surface is concerned, let me just check. No, we have to uncouple and run around. Clouds, it's clouded over slightly. Well, not slightly, is it? It's quite a bit of cloud cover. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll say all the usual YouTube shenanigans. If you'd enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like. I'm sure you did. And yeah, if you were new, consider subscribing, as I do Train Sim World content. I'm trying to do it on a daily basis, but life tends to get in the way. As far as the next stream, whenever I get round to doing it, I will be still on Tees Valley. I'll be taking a look at the 31, BR class 31, also known as the Gargoyle. So if you're a fan of the 31 or want to see something different on Tees Valley, then yeah, it's the next stream I'll be focusing on, or the content I'll be focusing on streaming wise. When I'll be doing it, I'm not sure at the top of my head date wise, but yeah, stay posted for, or keep an eye out for a post on my community section on my channel, YouTube channel, then that will tell you everything as to when I'm conducting that particular stream. Of course on YouTube, normal-ish time, just after 8:30 PM UK time, of course. Right, we're over the marker, so let's stop. Just stop here. $21. What? But this isn't right, surely. Did it tell me that? Is that right, or is that like a glitch or something? I didn't check the points, to be fair. What? Well, hang on. Why did it make me go on this track in the first place? Yeah, I'll leave it. Never mind. We technically did it, so I'll have to do it in my spare time. Never mind. We'll pretend we did it. We'll just now focus on the next one. Alfie, do you like Alton Towers? I've never been, so I don't know. Probably not. Fairgrounds are not my kind of scene, really. Especially the modern ones with those big scary rides. It's definitely not my cup of tea. Mr. Quicko Gaming, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Nice to see you. Can you show us the new PI or PIS? I won't do in this stream because I'm just focusing on 37 duties, but actually I might do, yeah, because we're going back to T's Yard, so I think, in this one. So yeah, I'll when we go by Middlesbrough or something like that, then I'll definitely do that. I've seen the new PIS, it looks really cool. Very classic. Let's get the brakes to vacuum. Presume we have a consist behind us. We'll find out. We do indeed. This time I am gonna check the points. There's one there, little rascal, and another one. Another little rascal, none here. Here, nope. We have to stop there, do we? Okay. Right, let's get up to speed and get rolling. Lovely in the flowers, very scenic. Beautiful noise. E60 going on, you've caused confusion and delay. I know, I always do. Mr. Quicker Gaming, he's okay, that's awesome. Only 4 days until my first GCSE. Well, good luck, hope it goes well for you. And very well, thank you. Hopefully I bet the Smiler is a laughing ride. Well, more like a screaming ride, I imagine. Thierry, they have re-added the free car 101. Indeed, I think I said that before you joined earlier, but yeah, it's weird why they took it out. No idea why. I think the free car 101 was introduced specifically for Tees Valley, and they got rid of it and then they reintroduced it. I don't know, maybe it was a mistake or something, but yeah, it's back in glory. So yeah, if you like the 101, then you'll be glad to know a free car and a 2-car variant is present on this route. Thierry took my niece down to see a couple of trains today, both freight, class 37s. Very nice. It's a lucky thing to see. Unless they were just stabling in a yard or something, or passing through a station or something. Oh, both 66s. Ah, okay, Thierry. Alfie kind of it laughs and screams. Oof. Sounds more like a Halloween kind of ride to me. Yeah, but I'm definitely not planning to make the trip to Alton Towers. That's guaranteed. And no, I'm not planning on going to Centre Parks either. Centre Parks, well, judging by when friends have gone to Centre Parks, it's not exactly the best place in the world to spend a weekend. Liam, I went to Dorset a few years ago, well, I can't remember, so I'm going to say a few years, and saw the Union of South Africa on a diesel 47, which I couldn't read. Well, very nice to see the Union of South Africa. That's in, if I recall correctly, isn't that like a silver A4 Pacific? I may be wrong. Obviously the Mallard is the blue one, the most famous one. That still holds the record, and probably will forever, as the fastest steam engine 126, I think. 126 miles an hour, or 130-ish. Quite unbelievable. Oh, it was a green A4, okay. I knew it wasn't blue, that's for sure. It was silver or green, it's definitely not blue. Galactic Wolf, hey, how are you? I don't have this route, would you recommend buying it? Yeah, certainly, especially with the recent tweaks and visual upgrades and fixes. It's definitely more of a complete package and is more brought into line with the other Train Sim World routes of recent times. It comes with 2 Loco DLCs, the 20 and the 31 as options, so if you want to have the complete Tees Valley experience, then you can get the route and the extra DLCs of the BR class 31 and the 20. This one I'm driving here, the 37, comes with the route as standard. You can also drive passenger services with the 101 in 2 different variants, 2 or 3 car, and you got the BR class 08 shunter to do some shunting duties. And that's pretty much with most Train Sim World routes. It comes with scenarios, tutorials, and timetable, which I'm doing now. It should be compatible on the Livery Designer or the Creators Club. I'm not entirely sure because I don't use them, so I imagine they do. Thierry's seen it too once, all very nice. Bobby, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Galactic Wolf, I have just one more question. I have enough for one route, Tees Valley or Transpennine. Sorry if I didn't spell right. That's okay. Ooh, blimey. It depends what experience you're after, really. Tees Valley is more of a freight orientated route. Whereas Northern Transpennine is really about, I would imagine, high speed passenger. Well, not high speed, but reasonably fast. You know, passenger route. It's much longer. You can reach higher speeds. It does come with, if you do get Transpennine, I recommend you definitely get its add-on, which is the heavy freight pack, which is definitely worth the price it's at. It's at standard Loco price, I think, 10-11 quid in the UK, and it's certainly worth the price, that's for sure. Comes with 2 locomotives rather than the usual 1, 2 new pieces of rolling stock, or freight rolling stock. Adds new services, scenarios, tutorials to Transpennine. So out of the 2, I'd obviously pick Transpennine with the heavy freight pack enabled, because Transpennine's my favourite route in the game. But yeah, definitely give a shout out to Tees Valley as well if you want that more freight experience. So it's really what kind of experience you're after, a freight route or passenger with freight stuff thrown into the mix. You get shunting as well, of course, in both routes. That's your kind of thing. No problem, Galactic Wolf. Glad I can help. Probably I'm good. Why is it yellow? What's yellow? Now it's red. Well, that's the signal. We have to stop at the entrance/exit of the ore terminal. Presumably there's a passenger train or another freight train scuttling around, so we'll have to wait until we've been given clearance to proceed, and maybe it's actually a good thing I'm taking my time, so we won't have to wait as long, he says. Thierry, I'm on the 31. The Eastgate Cement services are not accurate, as the Eastgate Cement works were shut down before 1989 when the route is set. Oh, I didn't realise it was shut down before 1989. That's obviously a bit of a mistake from Dovetail. But then again, you can question a lot of things. You can old school 1970s Great Western timetable on the 2017 rendition of Great Western Main Line from Reading to London Paddington, so there's an argument for that. But yeah, 31, it's not my favourite. Certainly it's got very unique driving characteristics, in particular of the brakes, but yeah, it's certainly a challenge, that's for sure. I prefer the 20 over the 31, that's for sure, because that really is a different beast to drive. Just cruise up to the stopping point, that should do it, and now we just wait. I'll have a cup of tea over... I'm not sure, is it an empty cup of tea or not? I'm not too sure. But we stopped, there we are. Now we have to wait until we can proceed to T's yard. We shouldn't have to wait too long. Just have a little scan, see if there's anything on in front of us, or... no, that's... I imagine we have to wait for that. Yeah, I think we will. So it's a 101 we have to... oh no, we don't. We've been given clearance to proceed straight away. Best make most of the opportunity. Whoa, not too much power. Speed limit's 10 miles an hour for now. It will soon be 14 and 60. And Liam, tomorrow have a day off work, thank goodness. So I may go train spotting somewhere. That's if it misses left me. Oh right, okay, I see what you mean. I thought you said in case you missed the train or something. Probably Horseshoe Curve is out now. It is indeed. It's been out for a while, nearly a month. Not when was the last time I played it? I think when it first came out. Yeah, it's a good route, Horseshoe Curve, good fun. Nice to take charge of the prancing horse of North American railroading, which is Norfolk Southern, of course. E60 guy 101. Horseshoe Curve 38-2 uses old 38 sounds. Surprise, surprise. I didn't expect any new 38-2 sounds, and obviously that has proved correct. The ES44AC has obviously got new-ish sounds, but it sounds a bit odd to me. I'm not sure if it's very much like a real-life counterpart. It almost sounds like it's been just made up on the spin. Very odd to me, but that's just my view. Yeah, other than that, the ES44AC is pretty decent. Terry Jenkins is still hunting for the DB66004. I wonder why that particular one. Bobby, have been sick the last week, so I can't see your live games. Oh no, hope you get well, my friend. E60 going on the ES44AC sounds like a bus. It's a very good description, actually. I'd share the same. I did do the brakes, didn't I? Yes, I did. I was just double checking. In case you had to suddenly apply the brakes. And of course they're all empty. Alfia joined your server. Excellent, thank you. I'll take a look at that when I've finished the live stream. It's in the I'm a Climate Hero livery. Well, I'll definitely have a check of that when the stream's finished. I'm a Climate Hero livery. It's probably just painted bright green or something, I imagine, with the letters in white. I am a green loving machine or something. I don't know. How odd. For the locos. Krilg, if that's how you say your name. Hey, how are you? The first time I turned on AWS on the 31, I burst out laughing. The noise makes it so unexpected, like a spring almost. Yeah, certainly leaps you into action with the controls, that's for sure. First time you fire it up. E60 guy's I'm a green goblin. Yeah. I imagine someone will make that now in the livery designer, a environmentally green 66. Nice if you can. Should be able to, shouldn't you? With the livery designer on the 66. Now, here it's green with a leaf painted on, and it's powered by HVO instead of a diesel. HVO, what's that? Must be some sort of fuel or something, environmentally friendly fuel or something. Can't be electric powered. It might be electric powered. I'm just totally guessing, of course. Four miles to go until Tees Yard. And it's time to apply the brakes. But here someone has made it. Oh, okay, they've made it. I see. An E60 guy. Oh, it's electric. Oh, okay. HVO stands for hydrated vegetable oil. Ooh. Well, I'd be damned. Never thought that was a thing. Should contact that brand, see if you can make your car run on that. Or that 20 that's just passing by. Gotta get on the brakes again. 35 coming up. Where the crossing gates should work. Are they closed? Indeed they are. E60 going on, do the KFC rats like vegetable oil? I don't know. Suppose your best chance is to go and experience it. Work at KFC and see what happens. Yeah, KFC is definitely not my kind of fast food restaurant. I remember there was a KFC in Reading that was in the local news and had to actually close for I think a couple of weeks or something due to very poor hygienic conditions. And that immediately turned a lot of people away from that particular KFC. Due to when you have a poor hygiene record in a fast food restaurant, yeah, that's not going to go down well with the general public. My preferred brand is obviously McDonald's. I haven't had a McDonald's in ages. I can't remember when was the last time. Oh, at least I'd say maybe a year or two ago. I remember every Friday when I was younger, I used to go do a McDonald's drive-through every time I finished dance class, but yeah, obviously don't now anymore. I need to have a McDonald's now, thinking of it. I know you can order them and through Just Eat. I might do that this week actually. See what the prices are like. No doubt they'll be more expensive than they were like the last time I had a McDonald's, that's for sure. But yeah, it still sounds like a 66, so that's the most important thing. 60 got the rats were jumping in deep fryer. Yeah, literally getting burned alive. Roasted alive. Rightly so. Disgusting things. Have we just passed Middlesbrough? We have. I forgot to take a look, didn't I, at the station. I'm sure AWS won't scream at me. I did say I'll promise to go and have a look at it at the PIS, and there it is. At the same time, trying to keep speed under control. That's the PIS. Quite cool, isn't it? Quite retro. Going to destinations, of course, such as Darlington, Saltburn, and further on to Bishop's Auckland. Quite cool. Quite cool. I did say to whoever asked me to take a look at the PIS, and that's what I've done. So whoever asked me, hope you liked it. I certainly do. Adds that level of immersion to it, doesn't it? Thierry Mines BK, fair enough. A60 guy, I hope in Forza Horizon 5 you can do Peter Parker's evil dance. I've no idea, I don't have Forza Horizon 5. I'm more of a now permanently on Gran Turismo. Now I'm going to be getting rid of my old Xbox and games. Oh my lord, my speed's dropped down, isn't it? I've just noticed the speed we should be doing. Should be 20. Way faster than what I'm doing at the moment. Also I can check the points while I'm at it. Let's see, there's a red signal there. That shouldn't be a problem. That should be fine. And there's the Tees Newport Bridge. Decommissioned now, I believe. Still standing, but obviously it just doesn't work anymore. Oh, speed is 15. Oh, never mind. I'll cruise at 20 odd. Whether it's making a noise or doing something at the bridge, I'm not too sure. Let's have a little look. That's the bridge, and nothing's happening. Surprise, surprise. The one time I show it off to everyone around the world and it isn't doing a thing. Or making a noise. Speaking of sounds, actually, if you stay in Tees Yard until exactly 10 AM, and a siren goes off, a test siren, for all the workers in the facility, just in case there was to be some sort of disaster. So that's quite cool. Happens not every hour, I think just at 10 AM on the dot. So if you're in Tees Yard at around 10 AM and you hear that distinctive siren, then there you are. Quite a unique, cool little sound there they've added to Tees Yard. Whether that's the same across the board in all of the yards, I've no idea, but yeah, it's quite a nice little feature. Unless they took it out in the update, that is. Alfie Spurs, you're so funny and hilarious. I try my best to keep the wheels of entertainment rolling. It'd be cool if we got a route extension to Bishop's Auckland. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'm not sure how long the extension to Bishop Auckland would be in 1989, but it'd be quite an interesting thing actually to see. I think it continues to go north and then goes northeast. Not if my geography is correct. If not, then that's very embarrassing of me. E60 guy nearly derailed his train. Wonderful. Just what we want to hear. You see, some people say cars are better than bikes or other way around, but I like both. As bikes, you can't predict anything because you sort of can. Just has more action. Well, I'm not a fan of motorbikes, bicycles. No, it's not my thing. It's more of the safety kind of thing more than anything. Just, yeah. Not very good with bikes. Motorbikes. Or with manpower. I prefer to stick to a car. Let's put it this way. If you're driving on a cold, rainy, windy day, then I know particularly what vehicle I'd be driving, that's for sure. Anything with a roof over its head. The next thing we'll be conducting is some steel runs, I think. That'll be next on the list, and then I'll call it a day. Alfie, do you like the DBBR 612? I do actually. It's a very unique. Well, it's the first diesel hydraulic multiple unit we have for the German routes. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Very good sounds, and certainly the controls and the visuals as well. I must say, inside of it in particular, look very well good. Very good. Thierry, Darlington to Bishop Auckland is just under... Oh, it's 13 miles, so it's not much of an extension then, is it, really? In some ways you could question why didn't they go to Bishop Auckland in the first place, and the original concept of Tees Valley. Yes, it would have been a bit longer, but more fun, for sure. Is it a loud train? Pretty sure it is. As with most trains. If they're at speed, of course. That's where we got mostly just some coke wagons and some steel coils and beams in the yard. Well, in this part of the yard anyway. The other part, I have no idea. So let's have a little scan ahead, shall we? No, it should be hiding around here, unless it's doing its work. Yeah, these are the wagons of the 31 cement wagons, if I recall, and these are the wagons of the class 20. Forget what they're called, but there's something else. And speaking of 08s, they're here, not quite ready for work. It's a 37. We got a 101 over there in the distance too. So still pretty quiet in the yard. Oh, if we do like a Rosaline and Lurzen Cersei. A Rosaline, yeah. It's certainly it's different, that's for sure. It's narrow gauge. It's up of one of the steepest gradients you could possibly get in Train Sim World at over 6%, and it's very much a challenge. And I think it's quite a nice route to drive at Christmas time. I think the DLC that comes with a Rosaline, the RHB anniversary pack is mostly Christmas orientated. Listen to Cersei, it's I think I need more time with it, to be honest with you, to see how it is. I think the route is a bit dull, personally speaking. I was expecting a bit more of a challenge from the route's undulation and all that stuff, and the scenery, it's a bit on the dull side to me, but certainly the multiple unit that comes with S-Bahn Zentralschweiz definitely is the highlight of that particular route. Very much something new to drive. Let's pick up the pace just a tad. Etiri, as this route is set in 1989, it would be cool if Tuftail modelled a ship in the canal so you could see the bridge raise every now and again. Yeah, I'm quite surprised they didn't add that little thing. Like you see a boat go under the bridge whilst it's raised. Be quite a cool little thing to add, actually. Be quite nice to see some boats moving around, you know, like in and out of the harbour or being moored up in the marina or whatever. Quite nice to see something like that. I mean, we have moving vehicles, and flying, you know, planes and helicopters. Why not have some boats moving around or sailing? Oh, if you do like the M7A, very much so. The M7 in general was quite a cool, classic, old school subway kind of train. Much better on the brakes than the VM7, that's for sure. I believe it's probably made of lighter construction than the M7. And the sounds are pretty cool as well. Right, time to get on the brakes. There we are. Now, did I get a gold? I should do. I kept pretty much under the speed limit. No, I got a silver. Never mind. At least I'm able to complete that one. Leah, most of the time, sporting something sporty or something I like is on. I get a call by my dad wanting me to watch him race a car around a figure of 8 trap. Most people are there to watch them hit each other. Alright, like a demolition derby or something like that. Dodgems or something. What are we doing? This one here, and this shouldn't take too long. It's just basically up and back with the steel wagons, be it coils or beams. Obviously you can't unload them or anything like that. Boy, what a change of the weather. It's a very snowy winter's morning. Should have played this at Christmas. Never mind. Adds another layer of challenge, that's for sure. Turn on the lights, usual diddly doodah stuff. Route indicator, that is fine, da da da. I think everything's okay. Need that, of course. Best check the points before. Oh, it's only there's 2 locos, and we're presumably coupling up 2 of the wagons. Bit surprised by that. I thought we'd already have them coupled up. Obviously not. So let's just check the points. That's fine. That's fine. Alright. I can, should I leave it off? No, I'll change it to air brakes for now. It's a very nice snowy winter's morning. Really, the brakes want to apply themselves for some reason. Don't have a clue why. What's going on? Maybe it doesn't like being in air brakes. There we go. Vacuum it is. Presumably we're going to reverse and couple up to a set of these wagons. Empty or loaded is an unknown so far. So let's do more point switching while I'm on the move. That one is there. That's there. Okay, awesome. Liam, he just loves this banger racing. Oh, fair enough. Alpha VM7A has a cool motor sound. Yeah, very unique sound package on it, that's for sure. To me, it sounds like kind of similar to the London Underground 72 stock. Particularly when it's coming, when it's just departing for station. Once it's up to speed, obviously it sounds a bit different. I'll have to do a stream on London Underground. I haven't done one for a while. Thierry, on routes with canals, and it would be nice to see a couple of narrowboats chugging along instead of them all being moored. That's true. That'd be quite nice, actually. I've got the loco brake on. Yes, I have. Just switching to the correct brake configuration. Now, I know you can take steel wagons to this yard as well as a tease yard as well, so 'Thierry, about a week ago where I live, a car crashed into a barrier and slid down an embankment towards the river. Luckily it stopped just before going into the water. Wow, that's definitely lucky person's day. Well, in terms of the person being in one piece, obviously the car will be in quite a few pieces. Excuse me. Definitely could do with a drink after this stream. There we are. Where are we stopping? Oh, we're carrying on. Well, why did it make me stop there then? That's a bit of a silly thing to do. I thought we were going to reverse. Obviously not yet. Bit odd, for sure. Uh, 200 yards away from Lackenbury Grid sidings. Just over 100 yards away. I should get a drink of water actually. My voice I think is starting to go. Yards, 35, and now apply the brakes. Also, there we are. Right, now do we have to couple up? Yes, we do. So let's conduct that procedure from The exterior, beautiful sky, I must say. Put the reverser off. Where are we going? There we are. E60 guys on the Clinchfield Railroad and the SD40. He's certainly getting through quite a few routes tonight. I usually spend hours just on an entire evening or afternoon on one route alone, let alone 3 or 4 a day. Put on the train brake. Now let's couple up to coils. Perfect. Oh, it's already on vacuum brakes. Oh, of course it is, isn't it? I'm such an idiot. Right, let's depart and head to our next location. Just check the points are in the correct positions. We have to lead to the entrance / exit of the yard. And in the snow, it's going to be a bit more of a challenge. Release the brakes, that might help. There we are. Early in between 2001 and 2010, the New York City Municipal Transportation Authority, instead of disposing of old trains, saved $30 million by turning them into homes for fish. Why fish, of all things? It's very odd. Okay. No, not an animal shelter. No, not a home for the homeless. Fish. Well, fair enough, I suppose. Liam, on 8th of August 1963, a gang of 15 men attacked the rail train and travelled from Glasgow to London and made off with £2.6 million. Or 55 million of today's money. Wow. Is that the Great Train robbery? I'm pretty sure that is the Great Train robbery. I may be wrong, I'm not sure. If so, then it's obviously pretty well documented. It is, okay. A60 guy 101 inspector, he said you can see a fish. I get the reference. I've got a bit of a climb here coming up, so I'll just put the power on slightly. It's 9:09 AM in the morning, really. More like early at night. See the smelters factory there doing its thing, the flames coming out, quite cool. factory hard at work, all day and all night. Pelga 2, hey Spurs, good luck in the stream. Check what would be your top DLC list for Train Sim World 2. Blimey, I am a new mechanist. Thanks for your attention. Ooh, but a DLC list. Ooh, blimey, you need a list as long as your arm for me to think what's the best DLCs. Oh, blimey, that's one hell of a challenge, that is. Blimey, there's so much, isn't it? It depends what kind of thing you're into, be it passenger, freight, shunting, old routes set in the past, routes of today. There's quite a variety, that's for sure. There's predominantly focus on 3 different nations, the USA, UK and Germany. They're slowly expanding into other routes around Europe, Switzerland and France for example. The top route, that's, well, for me personally, I'd say it's obviously Northern Transpennine, that old school 1980s kind of route. But a list, blimey, that's impossible for me to do on tonight. I'll have to have a serious think about that, that's for sure. Off the top of my head, I'd say definitely one of the top routes for me would definitely be LGV Mediterranee from France. I adore that route. For me, it still is the best route that's been released for Train Sim World 2 since its launch, no question. The high speed, it's such a laugh, it's such a giggle, it's such fun. LGV Mediterranee, the driving characteristics, the immersion of driving the TGV and on the roller coaster style route from Marseille to Avignon, such fun, really enjoy it. Thierry's heading off. No problem, Thierry. Take care of yourself. I'll see you when I see it. Take care. Have a good week. Liam, no one was meant to know that according to the website. Oh well. Oh well. Never mind. Galactic Wolf likes Sherman Hill. Horseshoe Curve needs a little more work done. If we need to fix the S43 AC horn, it sounds too quiet and a little weird. Yeah, obviously work is needed across pretty much, well, you could say all of the Train Sim World content that's currently out, isn't it? Certainly routes of the past are being addressed, albeit a bit too slowly for my liking, but other than that, yeah, there's a fairly good selection of routes. I think we're now into the over 20 odd, aren't we? With currently at the moment 3 more on the way. One from the US, one from Germany and one from good old England. So yeah, it's incredibly difficult to have a list of DLCs I like or dislike. I think that would be impossible for me. I think you have to go like literally country by country, really. And in some ways it's quite unfair as well, because the old routes of the past, particularly from the early days of Train Sim World, haven't received its full polish from the preservation crew. So I think that'd be kind of unfair to compare it to the very latest Train Sim World routes. So maybe at the end of Train Sim World 2's life cycle, I suppose you can assess what is good and what is the worst in the list format. But I think at the moment it would be a bit early to decide it. Certainly those smoke effects from that chimney on the right looks pretty good, I must say. Very nice indeed. Let's increase the power just slightly. Galactic Wolf said Spurs. I'm American, so I'm used to seeing American freight. Wish I was able to see famous British locomotives. Yeah, hopefully if you come over to England one day, I'm sure you'll see some British locomotives in action. Famous ones, that is. Modern ones, I'm sure you'll no doubt you'll probably see them in action. The Railway Museum in York is a good place to visit if you want to see a good collection of famous locomotives. What's that say? And Dorman Long. Just reading the letters on that facility there on the right hand side. Dorman Long. I never knew it had a name. There we are, I've learnt something new today. A place called Dorman Long. Interesting. Just increase the power somewhat. That will do. E60 guy, 101 moments later, Bob is dismembered by one of the staff. Oh, blimey. Hope that doesn't happen. Poor Bob. And then for a moment I thought that DMU were 2 runaway carriages. No, they're certainly not runaway carriages. I don't think the game is that broken. Certainly broken in some places, but thankfully in most others it's not. Just crawling up to the red signal and the respective stopping point. Bring the train to a halt. There we are. Let's rock and roll. The next stop is Eagles Cliff, 8 miles away, so let's roll. Come on. Oh no, that's why I put the power on maximum. My bad. That's it. Now it's green. Awesome. Bit of wheel spin, but we're going along nicely. I think that's the first time I've used AWS in the stream. Bit later than I thought, but better late than never. Let's increase the power to maximum. Eagles Cliff is roughly there. Then the train, after I've completed the service, will then scuttle off down here. Galactic Wolf, is there passengers on Tees Valley, or is it an all freight route? No, there is passenger services. You can do some all stop passenger services with the 101 and the BR Class 31 if you get that DLC pack as well. So yeah, there is passenger services. Not sure if they have the rush hour passengers. I imagine they do. Are we in the rush hour period? I suppose technically we kind of ish. Maybe just left the rush hour period. So I'm not sure if excuse me, there'll be a huge quantity of passengers on the main platforms at well, particularly Middlesbrough, which will be thundering through shortly. E60 going on in the Rosa line in a scenario. Had to stop a freight train on a hill, but the troublesome trucks were dragging me down the hill. Yeah, it's pretty challenging going down that hill on the Rosa line, be it passenger or freight. So you've got to be pretty sharp with it, with the brakes. And the speed control is absolutely useless going down the hill. Doesn't do anything really. It can't cope with the weight and the steepness of the downhill gradient. Whoa, I've just noticed the brakes. That was a bit sudden. There's a chance for the 37 to prove its worthiness to me in terms of brakes. I think we'll be okay, he says. Let's release the brakes. Just about released, he says. It doesn't matter if we stop. I'll just increase the power just slightly. There we are. That caught me off guard. My apologies. Oh no, he got a yellow, that's fine. Full power. Must be a passenger train in front of us, stopping at some of the stations. And there we are, the gates work. Awesome. E60 going on, let's give the 37 some tractor wheels. I can't imagine the balance will be very good with tractor wheels. I'm going to cruise up 28, or roughly within the 20s. That should enable us a bit more of a gap, hopefully, between us and the train in front, whatever the hell it is. There's indeed a 101 going to Darlington. You can raise the chair height, but you have to step out of the chair to do that. Well, we're just passing through Middlesbrough. There's a few passengers. Not many, so obviously rush hour is over. Just under 6 miles to go until Eagles Cliff. Wonder if we'll see the bridge in action this time. Hopefully we will. That would be nice. So let's jump the gun and have a look. What's that? Oh, it's a road. I thought it were train tracks under that bridge. I don't think it's in operation. Doesn't look it from a distance. Oh, there's another 37. No. Oh, yep, it's making a noise. It's just lowered, I think. Oh, I literally just caught it coming down. Never mind. I just heard the siren go off. Never mind. At least I got a glimpse of it in action. To a degree. Struggling to reach 40. There we are, we've made it. It just really struggles at times to get up to speed. Obviously with the sheer weight of the steel wagons. That isn't too surprising. I think I'll call this service a day actually when I'm finished. Just noticed the time. So I won't do the return journey, but one steel run isn't too bad. It's just time's ticking on a bit. And plus we got a yellow coming up, so we'll waste more time. It's T's yard. So we're roughly halfway across the route. And surprise, surprise, we got a red signal. That's the road with a bus. Old school cars and buses. Very nice. I just have to wait until we can proceed. Quite a unique thing about this variant of the 37 is it's got a Thornaby plaque of a bird of some description. It's quite cool. With a fish in its beak. Right, let's roll. We've been given clearance to proceed. Beautiful sight. Magnificent. Off we go. Just over 3 miles to go until Eagles Cliff. Speed limit again will be 35. It's now going to be 45 very soon. One piece of news that I found actually very interesting. This is not train related at all in any way, shape or form. It's one of my childhood TV programs, Doctor Who. The new actor has just been announced for it, and yeah, quite an interesting one. The first coloured actor to play the Doctor, which is exploring a new ground for the series. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on. I'm not sure who the actor is, but he is most famous for featuring in the Sex Education series. But it excites me that Doctor Who seems to be on the right path back to where it was in its heyday in the mid-2000s, because when I was young, that was a programme I used to love watching every Saturday night. I remember when I was young I used to have posters and action figures of the monsters and the TARDIS and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's changed hands again, producer-wise, and the one who revived Doctor Who, Russell T Davies, is back in charge. And hopefully we'll bring it back to its glory years. I'll have to wait and see. Just over 2 miles to go until Eagles Cliff, and then I'll wrap it up. For now we can give it the beans. Get close to 50 and then stop at Eagles Cliff. Come off the part and begin the braking procedure very shortly. that's a road on the left hand side. See the tyre tracks just about, or the pavement of the road. Oh, we got a red signal. Why is that? Haven't reached our destination yet. Oh, that's a shame. It's a bit of a pain. Never mind, we'll just have to wait again. Wait again. Right, just have to wait until we can rock and roll to Eagles Cliff. Not too far from it. This idyllic countryside. No leaves on the trees. Lovely winter's morning. Right, let's get going. Not too far now, not too far. A bit of wheel spin, but we should be fine. There we are. Full power just for a little bit. Get close to 30-ish. Then I'll apply the brakes very shortly. And then we will have stopped at Eagles Cliff. Lovely. Alright, approaching Eagles Cliff. At last, here is Eagles Cliff. I know that on this route in Tees Valley, I think a fair few years ago, one of the stations, I think it was Redcar, was the least used railway station in the United Kingdom. If I'm back then when it was around, I think it's been demolished now, if anything. Brakes, that should do it. Hopefully so. Indeed it does. Lovely. It took me 42 minutes, wow. Silver medal. Not too bad. And I think that will do the trick. Well, there we are. That concludes this stream. Bit of freight fun on the Tees Valley line. The next stream, whenever it will be once again on Tees Valley line, but this time taking a look at its Loco DLCs. The first one in question is the BR Class 31. Of course, if you enjoyed the live stream, make sure, of course, to give it a like. Please subscribe if you are new to the channel for more Train Sim World content from me. The next stream will not be this weekend or the upcoming Monday, as I will be away for the weekend. But streaming duties should resume the week after. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. Take care, have a good week, and as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Take care.